We are back in one of the hottest areas in Avenir, one of the hottest areas of Palm Beach. Two brand new models just released, and you're going to love them. My name is Ray Fernandez. I'm with Living in Palm Beach, Florida, powered by eXp Luxury Homes, and welcome to Avenir. So we are in the Celestia at Apex of Avenir, brand new model that's really hotter than can be. You're going to see why. I'm going to explain to you guys why they built this model. There's another model here. It is the Polaris, where this is a pretty similar home, but the Polaris doesn't have what this model has. It is a three-car garage. The Polaris was very popular. People were buying it, but a lot of people were saying if it only had that extra garage. Well, here's the solution. It's the Celestia, and it's been selling like crazy, and you're going to see why right now. What do you think of that entrance? I love it. Dramatic entrance. Notice who you have the double doors. This is the largest home in the Pinnacle collection here at Apex. It does look like the Polaris in terms of this area. People like to walk into something big. Just imagine celebrating Christmas with a 20-foot Christmas tree right there. That's exactly what I think when I see this. We'll go upstairs in a minute, but let's check out down here. Big island. Your pantry is sort of separate here. It's a walk-in pantry, which people definitely appreciate. Let me turn this around. You can get an overall look of this kitchen. One thing you might have noticed is they are using the Wolf products and Sub-Zero. You guys know, follow the channel, know that when we see Wolf, we typically see Sub-Zero as well. This is a gas community. Here's your Wolf stove, oven, overhead. And this double oven microwave combo is pretty popular. You can go for a GE, but more and more of these models are doing the Wolf and Sub-Zero, which is an upgrade. In many places. They show this closet. If they make it into a tequila bar, which would be nice, right? Can't get in, of course, because they don't want people drinking the tequila and buying houses. But it's really, when you buy this house, it's not really made as tequila bar. It's made as just a real closet that's under this large staircase. They've got the wraparound. When you come in, they've got the wraparound. We're going to go up there in a minute. Back here, they've been doing more and more. The builder here is Jail Homes, and they're in Apex then Avenir. Avenir is the hottest area in Palm Beach, hottest area in all of South Florida, actually. They've made this into a cabana bath, and this builder has been making more and more models with the cabana baths. You know, what they do is which I think is smart, they survey their buyers and they say, well, what can we do different? What can we do better? And oftentimes they'll say, we wish we had a cabana bath. This is not really a formal dining room, but it sort of looks like one. You make this into a dining room, sort of a unique situation compared to like a traditional dining room. We had a lot of people, and I have as well, who love the Polaris, but really couldn't get over the fact it only had two-car garage. The Celestia is the answer. Later in this video, we're going to go look at the Solaris, which is their other new home, and I'm excited to show you that because that is the largest home in all of Apex and Avenir, and really one of the largest homes in Avenir, period. Every home site here can put a pool, and not almost every site can put a pool. I want to correct it. I want to correct myself with that. You can build the pool with the builder, or you could do it after. If will you save money on building the pool on building after? The answer is yes, but it's really more of the convenience why people build the pool. This community, Apex, is 75% sold out. It's our #1 community in all of the last 2 years. And they've sold this pretty quickly. But before I tell you more about the community and everything that's exciting here in Avenir, let's go upstairs. What a great walkway. I love the fact that you can sit up here at your loft and look down on the first floor. It looks brilliant. Little bit more about this home. The Celestia is a 5-bedroom, 6.5 bath, plus a flex room, plus a loft. Here's your loft. Pretty big loft, I'd say. Split 3-car garage. I don't know if you caught that when we were outside. I should have spent more time out there. You have the 2-car and the 1-car. The 1-car you can use for a golf cart garage. This is a very golf cart friendly community. It's a total of 4,774 square feet under air. When I say under air, that's code word for living space. In Florida, we look at living space as under air conditioning. That's just sort of how we do it. This home reminds me of like the Olympus, which is in the upper collection, which is called the Summit collection. This is the largest home in the Pinnacle collection. Let me show you more of the Celestia upstairs. So if we go straight down the hallway as I just did, we come to this bed. I actually passed a bedroom. You come to this bedroom. It's a pretty big secondary bedroom. That's when you get the bigger homes, it's not only, more bedrooms, it's also the size of the secondary bedrooms. This is a big secondary bedroom. If we come here, you get a decent sized walk-in closet as well. And ensuite. I mean, that's one of the things that people appreciate. That you have a secondary bedroom for your daughter. In this case, it's built up like for a girl. That you could, have your own bedroom, own bathroom, storage closet. So if you guys travel and you want a place for suitcases and stuff like that, here you go. It looks like it's really like a linen closet, but it's a pretty big linen closet. As you can see, they're showing suitcases in there just to give you ideas as to what you could do. Here is the bedroom that I passed. Again, another really big secondary bedroom. Have a look. Big walk-in closet. It's pretty similar in size, I think, to the other one. Your own ensuite bathroom. So let's go down this way. So we checked these two out. Let's go see what's on the other side. So as I came down from the bedrooms here, over here, let me show you this. Big closet, a lot of closet space. Another like linen closet / suitcase closet, however you want to use it. And wow, this room this home just keeps going. A big, really big um, laundry room. You have instructions on how to do it. Also back here is another ensuite bedroom. This one looks a little bit smaller. In fact, the closet's not really a walk-in closet. So again, it's 5 bedrooms, 6.5 baths. This is a big home. As I mentioned, this is the loft. People often use it as a family room. Very functional room. This is set up exactly the same way as the Olympus, which is in the Summit collection. It's like actually it used to be the second largest home. Now it's the third. Don't know if you caught this. This is the master bedroom. Spacious. It's actually very wide. It's one thing that strikes me. It's not really long, but it is very wide. And it's got the closets on both sides. Your his and hers closet. This looks like it's the his closet because it's a little bit smaller. And of course, the hers with places for shoes. Big bathroom. I think I like this. It comes with they show it with the tub. Sometimes if you're not a tub person, people are very particular about this. If you're not a tub person, you can swap it out. You either love it or you hate it. You can see this model home is on a water lot. Let me see if you can see that. One thing I'll say is the fountains here at Apex, they light up at night, so they look brilliant. So if you have a water lot, it just looks absolutely beautiful. So as I come out of the master, I wanted to show you this. I like the fact that the upstairs here, you saw they have all en suites. The upstairs has its own half bath. So if you're in another closet, there's no shortage of closets in this house. That's for darn sure. If you're entertaining out here, or the kids are out here watching television, whatever, you don't have to go into someone's individual bathroom. You could just, you go into that. That's why half baths are really popular. So a couple of things about about the Apex. So here I'm looking at if you want this, reach out to us down below. By the way, hit that subscribe and like button. I don't say that often enough. We follow all the new construction communities around South Florida. If you want to be kept up to date of all the things that are new, subscribe to our channel. Love for you to like this channel, like this video to get more people in here. But the Pinnacle collection, while they're not small homes, it is their smaller collection. The smallest home is the Dorado, which is a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. It starts at $905,000. I know you guys want to know prices. I'm going to give you the price on this. We've done a lot of videos on Apex, and we'll do more. As I mentioned, they're 3/4 sold out. They're 75% sold out. So there's another 25. The bigger collection is the Summit. And they've been selling better. Believe it or not, the more expensive homes have been better sellers generally. There's only like 30 of those left. But the Pinnacle, they have a total of 8 models to choose from. Not everything is shown here. Let me go up, bear with me. And then you have the Summit collection, which only has 6. But this home here, as I mentioned, the Celestia, which fills a need. And I have had a couple buyers buy this model already, and it just started. They just released this. Is $1,323,000 for the base price of this home. Does not include the land, does not include upgrades. Are there upgrades in this house? Yes. Stick around. I want to go over some of the numbers later, in addition to that big house. But in general, you should see when you're looking at a decorated model like this, you should assume that there's upgrades. If you want to know more about pricing or any of this other stuff, or how does this community compare to other Avenir communities, we've sold in every single one, reach out to us at Living in Palm Beach, Florida. So I showed you the whole house, you think. Wrong. Again, this is a big house. It's 4,774 square feet under air. When you first walk in the entrance, to the right, you have like a water room here, a water closet here, a mud room. That's what I mean, mud room. That's the Northerners who would do that. We don't have snow here, but we do get mud. Another bedroom down there. The stuff just keeps going. This is not an ensuite. So you're using this as your bathroom down here, which is okay. Also off this is your, they call this the flex room. It actually shows that you can go from the flex room right outside. If you have a student home from college, or I don't know, in-laws maybe, that could work too. But I'm thinking more like, and they want a separate entrance. Here you go. You can make this into a bedroom with a separate entrance. They're showing it here as an office/entertainment room. The bathroom is off here, and that's your other bedroom. So there's a lot of flexibility in this floor plan here at the Celestia in Apex of Avenir in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. So over there is their sales center. If you walk into their sales center on your own, you are absolutely crazy. We highly recommend independent representation. Independent representation means we need to be with you on your very first visit. The cost to you to using us here at Living in Palm Beach, Florida, to represent you is zero out of your pocket. It's the builder who pays us, and they're happy to do so. You can ask them. We'll be there from the very first visit through closing. If you have questions about inspections or construction, design, we've done this many times. We'd love to help you and represent you here, living in Palm Beach, Florida, and all the new construction communities here in South Florida. By the way, there's no discount for not using us. Just, you can ask them that too. So I wanted to come outside. I want you to appreciate the garages there, the 2-car garage here and the 1-car garage here. We are in Model Row here. We're here in the middle of the week, so it's a little bit more quiet. I like to come when it's a little bit more quiet. A couple of updates. They have a clubhouse amenity center that's going to be amazing here. It's the Western Clubhouse, and it's getting ready to open in the spring, which is right around the corner here. We have a beautiful day. We pretty much are done with our winter here in South Florida. And also the town center is going to be opening in the summertime, which is, again, right around the corner. And once all that stuff opens and Avenir becomes a lot more developed, this place is going to be on the map. Prices are going to go up. It's just inevitable. I've seen it so many times. We are a new home co-broker with eXp Luxury, and I see this pattern over and over again. So if, as I always say, the best time to buy new construction is early. 20 years ago, my family and I relocated to this beautiful part of the world we call sunny South Florida, and we haven't looked back. Today, we truly find an honor to help people perhaps like you do the exact same thing. So if you're thinking about moving to this area and you want to ask questions from people who've actually done it before, well, there's a few ways to get a hold of us. Down below is our email address. That's one great way. Also on the screen, you see our phone number. You can either call or text that number. But literally 2 of the best ways is in the description or in the comments section. There's a link. Click on that link. Well, what that'll do is have some time for us to speak, either through a phone call or through a Zoom, whatever way you feel most comfortable. In any case, we have your back when it comes to relocating here to sunny South Florida. So where in the world is Apex at Avenir? If we bring up Apex of Avenir, we see this. This part that you see here is all the build part of Avenir. That's roughly 2,500 acres. All of this is the entirety of Avenir, which is 5,000 acres. So literally half. The rest of this is conservation. I'm going to bring this over a little bit. These are walking trails. You can never build on this. Also, you have this airport, which is a smaller airport. Now, if I zoom out, You can see we're directly west of downtown Palm Beach Gardens, where there's a ton of stuff to do. The Gardens Mall is one of the best malls in Florida, if not the best. You have downtown at the Gardens, you have Midtown, you have PGA Commons. There's a lot of stuff there. Whoops, I just zoomed right out. Look at that. One thing I want to mention is that if you come in and zoom in, you see this road here. This is like goes right down the middle, the dividing line of Avenue. It's Coconut Boulevard. They're extending this, and that's going to be take place this year, where this is going to go into Beeline Highway. This Route 710 is called Beeline Highway, and it's going to be a really quick trek. It's going to cut about 10 minutes off. So the best way to search for homes, if new construction or you like Palm Beach Gardens and you're not sure if the Avenir is for you, best way to look for for any homes in South Florida is right here. This is livinginpalmbeachfl.com. If you're not sure about the communities you want, there's a communities tab, which will give you, like if you want to learn more about Apex, if you want to learn more about Avenir, or any place else like Palm Beach Gardens, Riverland, Wellington. That's a very good for school. So if you want to learn more about South Florida, this is the best website to look at. That's livinginpalmbeachfl.com. So as I head down here to the where they're putting this new model, it's off and away from all the things. This is their biggest model. By the way, over here they have a design center right on premises. So when you buy your new construction home here and you want to design it, you just go right here. They have lots to choose from. In terms of upgrades, they have level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have all these different levels. And my experience, not me personally, but with the buyers, we've done dozens of homes, literally dozens of homes in this community. Our experience is that people are very happy with the process when it comes to the design process here at Apex of Avenir. So we have sold in every single community here in Avenir. We have sold more in this community than others. It's got the sweet spot where they have the right size houses. Like La Biance is a great community in here in Avenir, but we had a lot of buyers that did not choose that community primarily because they only went up to about 3,300 square feet. That's their largest home. Here we have, prior to this model we're going to show you, they had the Zenith was their largest, which was like 5,268, I think is the number. Over 5,200 square feet under air. So a lot of families that wanted a little bit more room were choosing the Apex as opposed to some of the other communities here within Avenir. So I made it. Here we go. Let me show you. The Solaris. This home from the outside looks brilliant. Look at this. Here we are in the biggest home in Apex of Avenir, just newly created, the Solaris. 5,502 square feet under air. This is a big house. 5-bedroom, 6-bath, 2 half baths, a den or a 6-bedroom possibly. Each choice is yours. Club room, loft, flex room, split 4-car garage. Big home. So I'll give you the price a little bit after we look at it. Like the Celestia, has a dramatic entrance. Maybe not as dramatic as the other, but it does have high ceilings when you first walk in. I'm going to start outside and come in just so you can say, I love the way it looks on the outside. So I mentioned 4 split car garage. So you got 2 there, 1 there, 1 there. So this is sort of borderline whether you can get a car in here. It's probably can fit a smaller car in here, but I think it's really more for a golf cart garage. because of what they're going to have here in the town center. I'm going to say this nice in this little garage. Because of what they're going to have in the town center, the idea is that you can take your golf cart to the town center to go to restaurants, to visit your friends in other communities, to golf. This is a really good golf area. I should have mentioned that earlier. Um, they have Sand Hill Crane, which is one of the best public courses. They have Panther National. Panther National is a Jack Nicklaus signature course on private land, in a private community. It's a membership community, but there's a lot of golf here. So if you're a golfer, this is definitely the place to be. A lot of conservation land, like with walking trails and forest, and there's a private airport. There's one, I can hear one back there. There's not a lot of air traffic here, but the airplanes that come through here are for people who live in the high-end homes to go to places like Key West and the Hamptons and stuff like that. This is an affluent area. Looking at the pricing for everything, if you go to one or two of the other communities, you can get in under $1 million. But for the most part, it's going to take about $1 million at least to get in here into Avenir. WL is a new builder that just came out, that just opened. They have 3 smaller communities, about 200 homes. We sell in all these communities. If you want to learn the pros and cons of all of them, look at this video. That's our pros and cons of living in Avenir. You want to check that out if you're considering this area. This is the #1 community in all of Palm Beach and South Florida. While this is a big house, it's not in my opinion, it's not a very open house, not a very open floor plan. So this is like your gathering area. It has a big kitchen, big island. They are using, again, Sub-Zero and Wolf appliances. I've seen these cabinetries. I believe these cabinets are standard cabinets. If you come here with us, and we'll take it to the Lynx model. The Lynx is like when people say, well, what's that? I don't know what's an upgrade here. Well, I'm telling you, a lot of stuff is here. We will take it to the Lynx model, and that's why people use us. One of the reasons we can guide you in things like this. Everything in the Lynx is standard. Most everything is standard in there. And so you can get a good handle on the flooring, the standard flooring. You can get a good handle on the quartz countertop they use at standard. The cabinetry they use is standard. It's a great way to get a handle on that. What I like about this is they have really tall sliders, 4-panel slider there, almost floor to ceiling. Then you come around to this club room. I think they call this a club room. They do call it a club room. And then you got another tall double slider there. So you can get that in. There you go, double slider. They've got a pass through here. It's like a little pool area. This is made for a pool table, this room. I can tell you why, because I have a room like this in my house. They specifically make it so that you can play pool, because pool tables require a certain amount of space. Do you guys ever see the Seinfeld episode where they're in this tight area playing pool? Every time I see a pool table in a small area, I think of that episode. But this is big enough. This club room is big enough just to get you a sense of dimensions. You see up here, cabinets, wine fridge, Sub-Zero wine fridge. Here's your family room. Now I'm going to take you over here. Here's your pantry. Check this out. What I like about this is it looks like it's just drawers, but it's like a secret room. And once you open it, it's a whole room in here. Nice sized pantry, a lot of cabinets. Cabinetry down here. down this way, up this way, goes almost to the ceiling. So there's a lot of cabinetry here. The other thing I notice is here it is. I've almost got myself lost here. Here is another. This is under the stairs, like the other home. They have it like a tennis room. But it's a closet. I mean, when you buy this home, and you build this home from scratch, it's not going to come with tennis stuff. But it's good space. I know we don't have basements, as you probably know, here in Florida. So people always say, where do you store stuff? Things like that are good to have. And here's the entrance to that golf cart garage. There's a couple of, by the way, we just hit an all-time high in Palm Beach. I had a buyer in town this week and says, well, I know the builders are giving incentives because they're having a hard time selling. They're not. This community especially is not having a hard time selling. If you see incentives, sometimes it's because they want to move on to a different community. There's a community across the way called Solana Bay that has really strong incentives. And the reason is they have a big community up in Sundance in Port St. Lucie that is 8,000 homes. So they want to move on and sell the remaining homes. So, reach out for us for insights. And don't assume that the market is not weak by any stretch of the means. Numbers that came out last week were the median sales price in Palm Beach County is $700,000. It was up 7.7% from this time last year. Let's go upstairs. My first impression when you come up the top of the stairs is here. Beautiful loft, and they have a patio off the loft. I could hear the fountain. Look at this. Paradise. There's a pretty big patio. Loft, again, they lots of times use this for like a family room. It's at the top of the stairs, which I think is nice. Again, this is a 5-bedroom, 6-bath house and 2 half baths. So here I'm going to come on one here. Here is 1 half bath. So if you're in the loft, you don't have to go into someone's bedroom, someone's bathroom. Coming around here, you can tell this house just doesn't stop. This is the master. I mean, hers is not huge. It's that's one of the things I'll say is it's not huge. I'll go to the bathroom in a minute. The guys is even smaller, but these are big enough closets. Nice size master bath. Here's your master bedroom, similar to the last home we were in. Not really deep, but very wide. And the other great thing about it is this goes out to that patio. So I think people are going to appreciate that. Here's your laundry room. A big laundry room. I appreciate the fact that these laundry rooms are getting bigger. Last thing you want is an unsightly bunch of clothes hanging in your loft area, hanging from hangers and stuff. Just doesn't go well. So there's your loft, and I'm going down here. I hear this guy talking. Let's go see what he's saying. What a great exercise room. I love this. I mean, I think they probably call this they have a loft flex room. This is a den. I'm calling this the den. As you can tell, they made this into a great workout room. If this was my house, I would do exactly this. They're very good at designing homes to give you guys ideas. And this to me is a great idea. They have kettlebells here. They have everything. And the way they did the glass, look at this. Really nice. So that's your den, or that could be your seventh, right? Or it says sixth. I'm sorry, it could be your sixth bedroom because it comes 5. Back here is another bedroom, which is an ensuite. And it's a decent sized bedroom too. And we got someone that just came in. There you go. Oh, I like the way they do the windows here. Corners there. Let's go check out the rest of the second floor. So as we come to the other side of the loft, we come to this painting. On this side, we have this bedroom with a nice walk-in closet, a bathroom, big ensuite secondary bathroom. How many bedroom baths they have here? They have, so it's 6 baths. On the other side, this is not the master, it's a pretty big room. This is like if you buy this house, go give dibs on this room. This is a nice room. Nice hallway leading to your room. This is a beautiful house. I know what you're wondering. What's the price of this big, beautiful home? Well, I'm going to tell you. It is $1,728,000. That's today. But tomorrow, you never know. They've been raising prices slowly over the course of time as they've seen demand go. As I mentioned, there's only like 30 Summit homes left. You will have to pay for a lot of land. And just so you know, unless it's a quick delivery home, we have the quick delivery homes, as I mentioned. The land plots are anywhere from 0. You can get a 0 lot in the Pinnacle collection here today, up to about $190,000. That's the most expensive lot. So if you want guidance on what to expect in terms of pricing, because the websites sometimes can be misleading, reach out to Living in Palm Beach, Florida. So I have brochures for both the Celestia and the Solaris here. Let me know if you want me to send these to you. We can either mail them to you, or we can send them digitally. It has the entire floor plan, and as you can see, it's quite elaborate. Also, what I like about what this community does is they start building houses, and they do quick delivery. So they build the houses with the expectation that buyers will come. So if your timeline is to be built, which this takes about 13 months to build this house, any of the bigger house, maybe even more, maybe 14, that can be a constraint on you. But here are some quick delivery homes. There's about 3 pages of these things. Some of these are immediate delivery. Some of these are a couple months out. Some of these are like anywhere in between a year. So if your timeline is right away or as long as 14 months, this is a community that might be able to fit for you. So does this community have a CDD? The answer is yes, but it's lower than most of the other communities because the clubhouse was not funded by public debt. The HOA, they just recently included that it does your front and back landscaping. So it's roughly, the HOA is roughly about $500 a month, but it includes a lot. You want more details on that? Reach out to us at Living in Palm Beach, Florida. Apex, Avenir, Palm Beach Gardens, paradise here in South Florida.